So I've had a busy morning coaching in the gym, and then I just had a bunch of discovery calls with new carnivores that are looking for help and support. And now I'm going to have my lunch. So I already had one piece of the egg. So I basically took hard boiled eggs, some leftover ribeye, put it in the pan with a tablespoon of butter. And this is how I would track to see how I am hitting my protein and fat by day. I'm going to show you a video of me inputting this meal into my favorite system. I don't track all the time. I don't think that you need to, but sometimes you just need to check in and see how your meals are stacking up. If you're concerned with reaching a certain fat percentage in a day, or supporting your protein goals because you're working out in the gym, whatever. So if you want to support your carnivore macros, this is how you would input it and see kind of how your meals stack up. By the way, I love a good crispy ribeye. There's nothing better. Nothing better. So I buy a big ribeye roast from Costco, cut them into small little steaks. They're very thin. And I made some yesterday and didn't finish them. And so I'm having about 6 ounces today. Again, really thin, lots of butter, lots of salt. So delicious. You can actually use any app that you like. So I use Calorie. I love it. And I just do a quick ad and I go into ribeye. So all I'm doing right now is just clicking the plus button when I see something very similar to what I had. So it's a grass-fed ribeye steak. Don't care if it's not Butcher Box or not. Then I put in the butter, and then I'm going to put in the eggs. And then I'll go back and I'll change all of the quantities and the serving size. So now I go into my meal, and I'm going to change the ribeye to, you can see that the serving size is 4 ounces. So for 6, I'm going to go 1.5 servings, and that is going to get me into 6 ounces. So you can see it down up at the top below the ribeye name. And then salted butter, I'm going to add that 1 tablespoon that I used in the pan. And then I actually have to change that. I have to edit that and put it back into my lunch meal. There we go. And now for eggs, I'm going to make sure that I have 2 of the large eggs. Doesn't matter how they're cooked. Okay, so there is my meal, 525 calories. Okay, so now I can take a look at my meal. And since I only have 1 meal in there, I can see I have 525 calories so far today. If you don't know, there's 4 calories per gram in protein and 9 calories per gram of fat. So I'm going to take my 9 calories per gram of fat, multiply that by 39 grams of fat in my meal, and I'm going to get 391. 391 divided by my total calories for the meal makes a 66% fat percentage. I could have added a little bit more butter, but I'll make up for the fat some other. I'm asked very often to give a day in the life of a carnivore, how the meals are broken down, how much fat and how much protein. And this is how I would do it. It is not rocket science. All you have to do is input your meals. Any tracker app is fine. I tend to like this one. Doesn't matter. You use whatever one is good for you. And it's a great idea if you are somebody who's trying to fine tune your carnivore experience and you're hitting a plateau and you need to get some more data. This is a great way to do it. And you can just pop in all your meals. I would pop in everything down to your heavy whipping cream in your in your coffee. I would do the butter that you put in your coffee, the brown butter bites that you take from the freezer, all of the things that you put in your mouth. Make sure that you put it down on this, and then you can see how your day ends up. Of course, I like to get 75, 80% fat. I think most days I might get 70 to 75, and I need to kind of work to get the fat up a little bit. But I'm not always needing to be on a super high fat because I also eat a very good deal of protein in order to maintain and grow muscle. And so, there are different camps on how you want to approach this. I'm a strength coach, and I am also a carnivore coach, and I help people to set their macros appropriately for what their goals are. And it is a balance, right? You need to balance the goals. So if you need help, I do nutritional consults. You can go to jessicaorr.com. There's a tab that says work with me, and you can go right there, click on nutritional consult, and we'll get you set up with your macros.